he was like inchworming across the floor. Little did he know, he fucking found an upwards nail, an inchworm.
Oh my god, I remember this. Yeah.
Directly into the nail and didn't realize it. And so we found him, picked him up, and we're like trying to take him back. And we're like, bro, are you good? And he was like, yeah. And he had blood just like fucking dripping down his face. And we're like, oh fuck. Like, is he good? Like,
he's not good.
I already like.
Welcome to the 100th episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview bands and public figures from the Mathcore adjacent communities. If you beautiful people in chat have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them and I'll try to read them aloud. If you like the sub, you get access to some exclusive emotes, as well as access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming platforms. You can also sub for free by attaching your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. If you're watching us on YouTube or listening to this in your car and have no idea what I'm talking about, the show is first shown live on Twitch. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday at twitch.tv/thecastthatends-creation for the live cast. With all that out of the way, let me introduce our guest today who dropped their debut EP, Oratorio, last Friday. Welcome in, or in June. I got my notes mixed up. It's in June. Welcome in, Funeral Singer. How's it going?
Hello.
Was I right? Was it released in June or was it released last Friday?
It was June. It was June.
a little bit of both.
It feels like last Friday, so.
That's it. It feels like it was several years ago.
It's both.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, we did record it like several years ago, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally over a year ago.
Either way.
So, tell us who you are, what you do in the band. I guess we'll start with Zane.
So I'm Zane. I am the front vocalist. I don't know, as opposed to a back vocalist, I guess, but yeah.
You stand in the front, you don't stand in the back, I guess.
Well, I mean, it matters. It matters on the time. Yeah.
Sometimes he'll hide behind the drum kit if I'm chasing him with my guitar, but
yeah.
Kyle, what about you?
All right. Hello, I'm Kyle. I do drums for Funeral Singer. I'm the back drummer.
All right. I'm Patrick. I do guitar and bottom vocals.
Power
bottom vocals.
Yes, power bottom.
I'm Jared. I do even more power, even more bottom vocals, and lead guitar. Yeah. I'll never accept that name. I'd just rather be guitar number 2.
I'm Tommy. I hit the big strings. It's a good time.
Let's go, Thomas.
Hey.
Thomas, I don't know if you could, but if you could turn yourself down just a little bit. I didn't realize how loud you were. So you guys started your Facebook in June of 2019. It's been about 2 years now. How'd you guys get together?
Oh boy.
This is a long Patrick and Zane conversation.
So me and Patrick, I think the Ted guy that's like somewhere below me. Yeah. So we had been playing in bands since about sophomore year of high school, and we'd played in 2 bands prior together to this one. And after that last band kind of broke up about 2, almost 3 years ago now.
2017.
Yeah, it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
I guess like 4 years. We kind of got together. We were living with each other at the time, and we were just like, yeah, we both want to continue doing music. And we kind of were just trying to fuck around and figure out like
and find out.
Yeah, what really stuck with us and what we really liked.
I actually listened to some of y'all's old stuff today. Patrick sent me some links. It's some good stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Thank you. So we just started writing shit. And then eventually we went to a studio and recorded White Knight, actually, originally.
Yeah.
And went and we kind of posted that around. I think you could probably still find it somewhere, like on our.
We did take down the old version, right?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
What did we take it down? Okay. Yeah, and we kind of just used that to like get the rest of our members for the most part. And
it only helped so much, though.
Yeah, it really helped. It really helped a lot. And and it's kind of just been clearly smooth sailing ever since. No hiccups. perfect dream ride ever since.
Well, I remember when like Jared first joined,
Oh, no.
we were like
Yeah.
out eating with our grandparents, and Jared's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
check this song out. I'm joining this band. Isn't that epic?"
Oh my god, that is so cringe. No, so like whenever we were back in, so we were in an old post-hardcore band called A Place to Stay, and we like had at that period discovered Fear Before the March of Flames, and it just basically turned into like that's what I want to do. And then the band we started after that, we said that's what we wanted to do, but none of us really had any clue what we were doing, like or like how to
yeah,
write
we
or
were
anything
still like
that, I
seniors in
guess.
high school.
Keeping
So-
the local
Yeah.
scene alive.
Yeah. And after that set up, then we were like, all right, this is what we said we wanted to do. We're actually going to figure out what the fuck we're doing. And now we're playing mathcore.
Well, hell yeah.
Math
How did
core.
y'all meet up with everybody else?
That's the-
So I
Yeah.
guess I was gonna tell Jared's story. That might be Jared's thing to tell.
Veto that.
You're Mr. Executive Power over here. No,
No, I feel like I should
Apparently.
tell mine first because that segues into you.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's why I started. So go ahead.
So I'm gonna try not to be super long-winded, but when I was 15, I found that a place to stay because I was trying to like get into the local scene. I'm 21 for reference, and I was trying to get into the local scene, and I found that I was like, oh shit, and I was like into heavy music and stuff like that. Like I was listening to a lot of Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged Sevenfold, but that doesn't really count. But but still, I mean, like that was like more or less my introduction to this sort of stuff. And I found out I was like, oh yeah, this fucks. Like I'm super stoked on local bands that make sounds that I like. So I was like trying to be pals with Patrick, and we would like talk every here and there. And I came out to a couple of their firster shows. And then I fell into a well of depression and stopped being a person for a while. But after that, tried to be buddies with Patrick again, and he was like, "Hey, we're looking for a bass player." And I had been in a couple of bands at this point, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was their bass player for a while, and then fell back into another well of depression and quit. Like I quit everything in my life. I had like nothing. And
God damn, dude, that sucks, man. It looks like
So
you're doing better now,
I
though.
did not mean to get like.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's about like showing that y'all are human. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Human. Oh,
Yeah, so I was a bass player for a while, and we wrote some stuff together and practiced for a while. We were like at this dude's house. That didn't work out. I fell off, and then I like hit him up like like a year later, and I was like, hey, I want to get back into music again, and I want to play guitar. And I remember I liked this band, and I liked Patrick and like the vibes and everything. So wanted to get back into that. And that was like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less 2 years ago, and it's been all downhill ever since.
Fair enough.
But then after that, the band with and without me has been through like 10 drummers and tons of other people. So
oh,
they
really? A
were-
lot of lineup changes then.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Mind
like
you,
I
we've only played 3 shows, so like
Well, I was wondering why it took y'all 2 years to get an EP out, but now it's kind of
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah.
also COVID. So
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the songs that we had written for the EP were written like literally 2 years ago, and
if not
So-
longer.
yeah.
yeah.
Or like going off of what he said though, or they said, we're trying to. We basically had like a lineup that we had figured out for the most part, and then drummer said some not good things, and we were immediately like, all right, like get out or whatever. It's like a thing of like whenever somebody like expresses like a shitty opinion, it like that's like reflects the face of the band, and it's like we're
Yeah.
all like pretty progressive and stuff, so it's like we can't like have that. And so we
I'm glad y'all did that and just like kicking them out. Instead of
Well,
letting
yeah,
them
no,
shit
of
fester.
course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but then obviously we were out of drummer.
Yeah.
And Little Bro plays drums, and
Yeah.
Kyle's my little brother, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, we are
really?
related. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'll
I see it. I see the
we got the
resemblance
big
now.
forehead
Okay.
gang.
Your big forehead.
it's the genetic 5-head. But yeah, I was like, little bro plays drums, and like was excited about that, and he was like 17 when he joined.
Yeah.
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 So I just asked Kyle, was like, I mean, actually, Patrick and I had been talking about getting Kyle for a while, and we were sort of like, we don't know if he's ready and this sort of
Well,
stuff. but we
Kyle
ended
actually
up just,
ghosted
like-
me once. Like before
Yeah.
the band. Like he actually messaged me and was like, "Hey man, you looking for a drummer?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And you were still in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, we were like, I was like, "All right, well, I mean, like if you can like actually like play our stuff or whatever, like sick." And then I just didn't hear back from him for a while.
The biggest mistake was messaging us again.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Patrick had asked me like multiple times, and I turned you down each time because I just like personally didn't feel ready. I think that was after that encounter because when you like
Yeah.
replied and said go for it, I was like, oh, I am not ready for this.
Yeah.
So I just kept turning it down, and then like one day you guys asked me again. I was like, sure, I'll give it a shot, I guess.
Yeah, it was no. Jared literally called you and go, "Hey, you still play drums, right?" Like, all right, learn this song and come to band
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah,
Like,
Jared gave me
literally
like a
just,
week. It was just like
coming.
learn this song. I was like, I
Dude, so it was White Knight, and
Yeah.
a lot of the drummers that we had been through had trouble with like sort of the timing of the front part or the beginning, the beginning
Still got
part.
front vocals.
As opposed to the back part.
Yeah, had time with the beginning part, which is weird because the 4/4 part, and there's a lot of other parts that are not. But anyway, and Kyle came in and like knew bits and pieces of the song, and like obviously like had never played with a group before, so there's like that like first dynamic you gotta work through and work past. But like after like working through it, he could play the first part, and we're like, well, shit, this is already better than a lot
pretty
of
much
the others.
everybody else.
Yeah,
we've had,
pretty much
yeah.
everything else that we've had, and it's been all good and fun from there. But yeah, now we can
Nice.
talk about Kyle.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, Patrick asked me a few times. I said no because I didn't feel ready. I wasn't really confident in my like drumming ability because I've been playing since I was I don't know, like 4th grade. I was 11 or 12,
Yeah, dude.
something like that. But I never like played with a group, and I always just like played the songs in my head, and I just knew I wasn't like up to par for it, so I kept turning them down. And then Jared called me. I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll see where it goes. And then like it was actually like going places, and I was like getting a hang of the songs. And like at the same time, they were also like teaching me like how to play the drums better than I was.
Yeah.
And so we just like kept like adding on songs and songs. I was like slowly getting the hang of it and like learning and like exponentially growing as a drummer.
Yeah. I'm
And-
super proud of you, dude.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Awesome.
Just real
And then-
quickly, wanted to shout out some people. That inevitably June, nice to see you. He seems to be into the big forehead gang as well. Fluffy Uffy, what's up,
Yeah,
man?
everybody can stick their fucking
I'll do that.
Mine's pretty bad too.
Oh, man.
Echo Beauty Terror and Chunks Barkley, love seeing you guys in here all the time. And the Kyle 09, how's it going?
I am the
so-
Kyle 09.
Oh, are you? Okay. So Thomas, how'd you get in the band, man?
Me and Jared actually played another band during high school called the Gansfeld Experiment. And I don't know, I moved off to go to college. I moved about 2 hours north, and I'm still here now. But
Yeah.
I left during that, and then Jared asked me if I wanted to try out for bass for this. So I've been kind of making that commitment to be driving almost 2 hours to and fro every
Jesus.
other week for practice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, hey, I mean, this is a good band to do it for. Like, I really feel like you guys got a future, like for real.
Thank you.
How
I'm
long
glad
has
to hear
this?
that.
How long has this lineup happened for? How long have you guys been together?
March of
Spring.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
February or March of
nice.
2020.
Yeah.
No, so in what is it? It was in January that we asked Thomas to join, and then we
It was? Okay.
Yeah, and then we played a show in February, and we had
He
another
is
show.
legend.
That was
um,
March. That was March 7th or 9th.
Oh well, never mind. Yeah. And then we had another show booked for like a couple of weeks later, and then the venue burned down, and then COVID happened. So
Okay,
Yeah,
so this lineup's been pretty stable then. That's pretty nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we stuck together through all of the pandemic, and like are obviously still together, so that's going well.
Yeah.
Okay. So you dropped Oratorio back in June. Definition of oratorio would be a large-scale musical work for orchestra and voices, typically narrative on a religious theme, performed without the use of costumes, scenery, or action. So, obviously, I don't think this is religious. I mean, it seems like it's about a bunch of social issues and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's actually, I mean,
It
there's
also
some
has-
religious themes behind
Yeah,
it.
there's some themes in there.
Especially like
With
White
the
Knight.
White Knight and specifically, there's actually 2 Jim Jones snippets of it at the beginning and end. And so yeah, there's a bit of religious. I mean, basically the whole EP ended up kind of almost being a concept of a sense where like each song talks about a different version of abuse,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess. And
Mhm.
so yeah, White Knight ended up becoming the like religious abuse that we see in people.
Mhm.
It's funny you mentioned that. That one was actually my favorite songs. I really like that chorus.
That is our oldest song. That was
Yeah.
whoever wrote
We
together.
just, like,
That
found
was
out.
written actually from coming. Me and Patrick were coming down from
Yeah, from
an acid trip, and
What? Okay.
Yeah, brother.
an acid trip.
Yeah,
When
we
is
gotta
it?
do that more.
Yeah, no, we were coming down from an acid trip, and I like on the come down, like, which I guess is like a normal thing, like really creative and stuff,
Yeah,
and
like euphoria in your head's up.
yeah, and I used to write on a like iPad on GarageBand.
Dude, that I fucked. I fucked,
Dude,
bro.
that was
Yeah, but
That was
that's-
the worst.
No, you don't
It's
even
terrible.
understand. It was like
You'd put the speaker just like right in your ear, be like, listen to this and turn off full volume.
no, bro.
with the cord still like plugged in and everything.
Yeah.
All the cords are dangling from the fucking thing.
Yeah.
The screen shattered and like missing in places.
Yeah, it was really bad, but
Dude, but like the bottom like section of the screen didn't work, so you couldn't program drums. You had to like turn it over.
Yeah.
To program like to type. And
so you were constantly having like
Yeah, the screen was like absolutely shattered. Like it's definitely been ran over by a car on like multiple axes, right?
yeah.
And
But yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
we were coming down from an acid trip, and actually, like, from the like, I don't think this is a thing that even like I like said to you, but the first time that you were in the band, you had sat down with me, and we were going to like, even though you played bass, I was like, oh, we're also a guitarist, and like, we
Yeah.
want everybody to be involved, so we sat down and tried to write a song. And we were trying to go for like a like Josh Scoggin era like Norma Jean thing, but it didn't it just didn't sound good. But there was one chord from it, like it was like just like palm mutes or whatever. But whenever I was tripping, I was like, I remember coming down, I was like, I remember liking that, and instead of like just doing the palm mute thing, I actually like played it out, and then accidentally played it in like 9/8 and was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I recorded
was
that.
the verse for
Yes, the
White
verse
Knight?
for White Knight.
Yeah.
That nah, no, nee, nee, you nee, 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 nee
All
thing.
right, it was wrong.
Yeah. And then like that was like okay, I have somewhere to start from, and then like wrote the rest of the song, and then Zane and I sat down and did vocals, and we went to like we said, like a buddy who did recording stuff, and at that point there was like another guitarist working with us, but he like would either not talk to us for like weeks, or like whenever we would hang out, like start like complaining and like having issues and stuff. And
We actually recorded that way after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
actually recorded that song way after. That was back.
that was in 2018 or like 20 or like I wrote that like
I think that was the summer before I joined the band is when that came
Yeah.
out.
yeah, like it is an old song.
They had to have
Oh,
been
it's dope
2018.
as hell, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually really hard to nail down your sound exactly because you're definitely mathcore, but you borrow from like the post-hardcore stuff, melodic metalcore, more of the chuggy hardcore stuff. Kind of blend it all together in this crazy melting pot. That I feel like you bring the elements of all those genres that make a song epic, and so all your songs are like super epic. And my favorite two songs are T-Shirt of Bricks to start off because that opening riff is just
Dude.
perfect for starting.
It's
off.
just power from the beginning.
It's so good. And White Knight because of the chorus, like I was saying. It's really catchy, but it's also like kind of challenging at the same time. So like I feel like you hit like kind of this perfect mark. And I'm like super impressed by the EP. I'm really looking forward to a full length. I think that you guys have like a really good future ahead of you guys.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, what are
Oh,
the
yeah.
influences going into this?
Oh
Oh, good
yeah.
lord.
Uh-oh.
Zane.
So influences. I think a lot of it came from we had a lot of like guitar riffs that were really heavily influenced from the Bled.
Yeah, the Blood's like my favorite band.
And then like a lot of Norma Jean, and then Heavy
It's the
Lolo,
funeral singer.
Yeah, Heavy Lolo.
Yeah.
uh,
Gorgeous.
and then Drop Dead Gorgeous. Yeah, those are like the main influences.
Dude, I remember Drop Dead Gorgeous from
Dude, that's my favorite
Surprised to
band.
hear
I
somebody
love-
else
Yeah.
mention that
Yeah.
in the wild. That's cool.
Dude, they're so,
Like, on, like, a
Zane gets
whirlwind.
wet for Drop Dead
they're
Gorgeous.
so fucking good.
Yeah. Dude, every time after a show, someone's like, "Yo, you guys sounded like heavy Lolo," and we go and tell Zane, and Zane just melts.
Yeah,
Just
I
happy
fucking-
tears immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like actually it's like talking on White Knight, like literally, you remember the song by The Blood called Last American Cowboy?
I honestly never listened to The Blood.
Okay, nothing wrong.
Oh, you should look at him.
Well, something wrong. You should go listen.
Yeah.
All right, this podcast is over. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no,
Kyle doesn't listen to music. Get out of here.
Stop.
Hey.
The Blood's really cool because they're like they're not quite as like grimy as like a lot of other like mathcore bands at the period, but they were also still had like the really weird like time signature changes and just like strange riffs and
Yeah.
stuff. And
They're really rooted in post-hardcore, but they still have
Yeah.
like math and like, look at me, I play guitar. kind of
yeah,
stuff.
and off of their second album, Found in the Flood, there's a song called The Last American Cowboy, and
Are you gonna take off your pants?
Okay. Let's not do that.
The tattoo.
Oh yeah, no, I have the blood tattoo on my right leg or whatever. It's
Oh, okay.
it says "Past the Flask" and it's like a skeleton hand holding a flask or whatever. It's my favorite record by them. But either way, the chorus of "Last American Cowboy," like it had this like weird kind of like almost upbeat, like partyish kind of sound to it. But it was still like their normal like I don't know, like darker sounding riffage, and I wanted to write something like that, and so that's how the chorus from White Knight came to be. Whereas like the like the high twangy stuff over what is it like just straight chords is
Oh, that is some
Yeah.
sick riffage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, we're actually huge music nerds.
yeah.
Fucking love music for the most part.
I love
Sometimes I fucking love that, bro.
Yeah, you like music? I like music.
Let's bang.
I want to go off on a tangent.
Okay.
So
Oh.
when I joined the band, I joined the band with 4 out of the 5 songs of the CP already written, and I was lead guitar because
Yeah.
like we were under the like you know how like classic rock bands had the like rhythm guitar player and the lead guitar player, and they occupied different spaces. Like even if they're playing the same chords, they were like in different sonic spaces. So
Okay.
that was like the sort of mentality that I came into it with,
Mhm.
and I wrote all of the second guitar, lead guitar parts on top of like the stuff that was already written, and
Mhm.
like helped tweak structure and like do drums and like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because we played as a 4-piece for a while as
Yeah, but I was like at the time I was really into like atonal prog or whatever, just like big nerd music. So like a lot of the lead stuff is just like real screamy notes and real like if he's playing like chug chug half step, I'm like chug chug a half step that's like way higher or something like that, or like some like weird slidey tritone thing. Like yeah, we were just talking about influences, so I was
Well, I mean, shit
That
like
was
that
like-
makes it really dynamic and sounds good, man. Like for real, this EP is really good. I don't want y'all thinking I'm like just saying that. I can't think of anyone else, of other bands that have released EPs. I know I've seen like I've heard a couple of them this year, but dude, y'all's has to be the best one. Oh, obviously it's the only one I
Thanks,
can
man.
remember, but like it's really fucking good. Like
You go
seriously,
to the
I'm really looking forward to a full.
no,
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, you have to go listen to Possession 1981's.
Dude, they're super good. Yeah, of course.
yeah.
I actually mastered it. I mastered it.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
what the fuck?
No idea.
Dude, this is such a fucking small world. What the hell?
No, yeah, like I was talking to Victor or whatever about what is it? So it was like I started talking a little bit like right before the EP actually came out or whatever, and like whenever we were talking about music and stuff, I was like Dog Will Feast, like I'd been listening to that like basically every day or whatever, waiting for
Dude,
like
it
that
is
EP
sick.
to come out.
Wait a
And,
second.
like-
Hold on. You just did a full like. I know it's really good. I did it. I know it's good. That's fucking funny.
No, but yeah,
That's normally Patrick, which is why this
Oh
is
my
surprising.
God.
Yeah. No.
I swear to God,
Oh, that's fucking funny.
So the writing process, is it primarily one person directing it, or are you guys just kind of bringing things in and seeing what sticks to the wall?
Yeah. Here's
So
where-
it used to be like Patrick would write shit and then we'd build off of it. So
Kyle,
we had
real
the meme
quick,
going
can you turn yourself down just a little bit? You're peaking
Yeah,
a
my
little
loud. I'm sorry.
You shut the fuck.
I'll just move my mic away. Is that better?
bit. Say something real quick.
Hello. I'm talking.
Yeah, if you can
Hello.
move it a little bit further away, or just turn yourself down at the source a little bit. That'd be.
I got you. I can do that.
Yeah, just put Kyle's mic across the room.
I'm a loud person. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. It's just technology. I got you.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe my app won't work. So yeah, when like this band was like getting going, Patrick was like the main writer for it, and so we had the joke going just like all the time that is Patrick's band, because Patrick would be like, "All right, here's the
Here's the song.
Yeah, he
The
cut out.
entire song. You guys all need to learn this entire song that I wrote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, that was like
Back.
how it was like in that like EP time. and
Yeah, I
sort of
mean, like it
after.
kind of had
Yeah.
to be like that to an extent as well, because we were literally
Yeah.
like Zane and I were the only like
Only
consistent
ones
members.
before-
Yeah.
Yeah. So to be fair, like it was for a long time. For most of the EP that we released in June, we had already had those songs completely written on
Yeah.
just about everything except for like drums for the most part. And even then, we had an idea of like how the drums were written.
Yeah.
And so since we had like gone through multiple different drummers, they had each kind of like done their own iteration. And it wasn't until like, we actually went to the studio and worked with Ben Turkovich. Shout out to
Huge
him.
shout out
Yeah,
to Ben.
gigantic shout
we
out to
love
Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben's great. When we went and worked with him, that we actually like fully kind of nailed down all of those songs and really like had them concrete into what they were, except for White Knight. White Knight is the only one that has not changed.
Did not.
And it was
Like the
first
drum
song
part
and-
changed a little bit, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I played like slightly different parts than what was like recorded
Yeah.
on the first iteration, but yeah, that was like more or less the same. Everything else, like, yeah, I mean, huge shout out to Ben. We wouldn't be where we are without him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like we went to the studio and we were like, we value your opinion and want to hear it. And he helped, like, he was like, yeah, I recognize your vision and I feel like we can do these things to like take it to the next level.
Yeah,
And,
he
like,
really like took us from here to here,
dude,
just like
some of it was like, yeah, we're all adults here, and he would just delete our trans and he was
Okay, so
God damn it,
he came
Patrick.
to a bonfire of ours. Like, so Jared and I lived together. And he came to Ben came to a bonfire, and what is it? Looks down in the fire, and there's like a piece of like cardboard or whatever or kindling that is underneath the fire, but it needs to be in a different spot to like actually help keep it going more. And so I like watch him like by himself. Nobody's talking to him. He just looks at it and goes, we're all adults here, and then reaches his hand into the fire.
What the fuck?
Like, I don't know. It was just like, all I could think of is we're all adults here.
yeah,
And that has been
He-
an
he
inside
did the
joke for a
same
fat
thing
fucking
for-
minute now.
Yeah.
And now it's been finally shared with the
Oh,
world.
I appreciate you sharing.
unneeded tangent.
So it looks like someone actually commented in the stream asking on if we can hope for a
I was about
Full
to ask about
album.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this next release is going to be another EP, and it should be out pretty soon here. We have some stuff coming for it. But it's looking like hopefully a full release might be within the next year or so. So
Yeah.
No promises.
no problem.
Find a
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to,
So
to
we're all
delay
kinda
it,
smooth
but
brained,
And so like talking about like all the music being old or whatever, and like the writing styles and stuff, like we immediately once we right after we like put out the EP, we'd already been like working on new stuff since we actually had like all members that were wanting to like actually like contribute.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, I want
Right. Well, also you've been indoors for like how long with like lockdowns and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
expect
yeah.
y'all to write some new stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
wanna,
so-
I wanna like do the second half of this tangent real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
go
ahead.
So fuck, I don't remember where I left off, but yeah, after oh, we were talking about Ben, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So we learned a shit ton from Ben. Like we learned a lot of like we're all adults here is kind of his catchphrase, and he just would like yeet our transition or would just say, okay, we'll just move this part way over here,
yeah,
and we're like, somehow that's way better.
yeah.
yeah, his production
Uh,
skills are insane. He just knows where things go.
Yeah, but
Yeah. It seems like a lot of
we-
bands are having like people help them like actually craft songs and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like there's been a couple of bands that have talked about having people intimately involved in writing. It seems to go
Mhm.
really well.
Yeah,
Maybe
Ben-
here in a second.
Ben's
It's
like,
not like- it is intimately, but like we still like write all our stuff, and we have like a full song, like a full idea. Like we would be content with releasing this, and then he's like, "You guys are at 95%, and I know how to take you to 105%." You know
For
what I mean?
sure. Yeah. Stuff like that's awesome, man. It's good that people that are super hands on.
Yeah.
Let's
When
talk
we went
about
to
the
the studio-
production. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up?
I was gonna say when we went to the studio, we're like, "Hey, since you know how to like write things good, here are our songs. Make them better." Is basically how our
To an
process
extent,
went.
like we still like wanted to like maintain visions and shit like that, but
Yeah.
but ever since then, I mean, Ben's basically become our like surrogate sixth member for the most part. He,
And
he,
drummer.
he is like our sixth
Yeah.
member.
And
yeah,
like I said,
drummer.
we
What do you
really
mean and
get it
drummer?
all.
I thought Kyle was.
He makes me good. He's the only reason I sound good on those.
Yeah.
Well, like on that first EP, a lot of the drums were written by Patrick and I,
Mm.
and then Kyle just played them. But
Okay.
now with our newer stuff, it's a lot more of a collaborative.
yeah,
thing.
it's
So
all
yeah,
collaborative.
so when we learned a lot of shit from Ben, and after I joined, I'm like super fucking neurotic. And I would like hear a riff Patrick played and be like, "Oh, almost,"
Mhm.
and like not quite. And then I would like play it back to him in like a different way, and we're like, "Oh, okay." And then we would like build off of that.
yeah.
So now our writing style has like shifted. It's no longer like Patrick's band. Like
Yeah.
it's
really is
much
actually
more of a
everyone's.
collaborative. Yeah, yeah, it's really everyone's. But yeah, it's much more of a collaborative process.
No, it's
like,
good. So y'all are like stepping it up now. Stepping it up.
Yeah. It's definitely
Yeah.
been like a year and a half long process of like learning how to like write together.
Yeah, I mean, we are still learning. Like, we are 100% not there, but we are 100% getting there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like,
I feel
Well, I'm
like
interested to see what the new stuff sounds like then if y'all have changed
Oh,
it up so
dude.
much.
Me
I'm
too.
so fucking stoked because it's so much
it's
more
more
like,
mathy.
but it's also more of our influences.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah.
So I always joked that the like old sound that not the old sound because we haven't even. But the sound that we have is like metalcore pretending to be mathcore.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, I can
metalcore
see
in a
that. I
hat
can
or
see that.
something.
Yeah,
But-
metalcore with a hat on.
Metalcore with a hat on.
Actually, I'm pretty sure
Like
it's
the
false
nose and
grind.
goggles disguise.
Yeah, it's false.
It's actually false grind.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, this new thing is a lot more like math influence and a bit less core influence, but I feel like the songwriting is way better. Like I feel like in each one of the songs there's like clear themes and definitions that we're building off of. Like a
Mhm.
lot of them have like a thesis statement riff or part or vocal hook that the rest of the song is like is centered around.
Yeah.
Like, this is the important part, and then these are like all of the derivations, and it makes it like a lot easier to listen to and easier to follow. Even though like if you were to write it down, mathcore, it would look like fucking gibberish with time signatures and the key changes and stuff like that.
And that's another thing as well, though. Like, one of the things that was like really big with working with Ben was like and it sounds kind of dumb, but like the mindset kind of became writing mathcore as pop. Like,
Yeah.
and like that might
Okay.
sound stupid initially,
Yeah.
but more of the idea
Selling
of like,
out, but-
yeah, no, not like selling out as much, but more in like, so normally whenever you write a pop song, you have like a kind of a central idea or whatever or a hook that like grabs a person's
Right.
attention. And then you're basically playing around with that, trying to not overdo too much and make it accessible enough for the listener that they like can be engaged without having to try to be engaged.
Right, it's just good song structure.
Yeah.
That's
Like
the-
write
that's the,
something
like,
catchy and you bring it back every once in a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we
even if
definitely
that
tried
catchy
to,
thing's,
like-
a ridiculous dissonant thing in 5/8.
Yeah,
like,
and
we still like try to like we're trying to like balance and find like we still want to do ridiculous mathcore stuff, but we also want it to be listenable.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
feel
mean?
like y'all have already accomplished this. Like that's exactly what's on the EP.
So we're getting better then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting better than.
We're getting more mathy with still the listenability.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's another thing, like, especially like learning about like the way to like place drums and stuff like that. Like there's some parts there's a part in one of the new songs where it's like it's stupid math bullshit.
Yeah.
But
the
we
drums are da-da,
yeah.
da-da, and it's just like you can just headbang to it, even though there's like
It's-
this
it's
like
not
really odd
4/4.
timing
Yeah.
happening. No,
Yeah.
but it just feels groovy, even though.
Mm.
And I mean, yeah, there's that kind of shit's important.
Inevitably June says I love that it's everyone's band, shows that you've grown as an artist. It could be
for
Terra
sure.
saying that love the idea of trying to make chaotic mathcore with pop structures. I like that too.
What about pop
Um,
music with math breakdowns?
Ooh, there you go. There you
Pop
go.
music
So
with
that's the
math
next
perspectives is like
MGK
1.5
album
and-
right there.
So let's keep talking about recording process. You were talking about production recording done with Ben Turkovic, Covenant Studios. Mixing was also done by Ben, and mastering was done by Brad Boatwright, because everybody is, man. Like almost every record, every band that I talk to, their record has been mastered by Brad Boatwright.
I
It's
mean, the dude does it
crazy.
right.
He just does it Brad Boatwright. You know what I'm saying? He just does
Maybe,
it Brad Boatwright.
We didn't know who to go to for mastering or whatever.
Yeah. So we were looking at like some of our influences.
Well,
like
no,
Songstress
I just
Double.
asked Connie or whatever, like, who'd you guys go to for your record? And she was like, oh, Brad Boatwright. He does all of our stuff. And I was like, sick. And here we are.
Yeah.
And it was that easy.
Yeah.
No, literally it was like you go to the website, you book a time, and then you just send them the files, and 2 weeks later you get fucking god tier.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is great.
Yes.
Let's talk about the art. Speaking of Sea Space Cowboy, Connie Scarbassa did your artwork. We got it up
Yeah.
on stream now. Tell us what it's about. What it's supposed to represent.
That is,
That's
I mean, that's kind of like a mix of a bunch of our different deals, right? So, I mean, White Knight kind of being the focal point of the EP, that was kind of like, I don't know, showing off the, I don't know, religious symbolism that was in that song. Yeah, I mean, Connie did all of our shit for the most part. I mean, the Oratorio EP cover, actually our logo, and then actually our shirt here, if this is like
Oh,
the
I got-
time
yeah, I
to,
got
to
you.
show it
You
off.
can go on
I
ahead.
have,
Yeah.
Shill
I
our
have,
shit.
like,
Where are y'all
I'm
selling
sure-
that, by the way? You don't have a merch tab on Bandcamp.
We've been
I had no idea.
trying to-
Merch.
we're working on it. We're
Yeah,
working
we're
on
working
it. Don't
on
worry.
it. Like we've been
Um,
selling them at shows and stuff, and like people have messaged me and tried to like, and we're like gonna mail it to them like
Yeah.
before we have the
link up and everything.
yeah, the link up. Like it's not that we don't want to sell it to people like across the country or like in other places. It's just like
we're all a little smooth brain.
we're really busy, and it's honestly
Me a little
probably
more.
like a thing that we're gonna get to like pretty fast actually.
Okay.
So like, I mean, otherwise, like if anybody wants to like hit up our page or like on Facebook or Instagram or anything like
Yeah,
that,
we will hook you up.
yeah, we will like send it to you or whatever. It's just
Free merch
Until
store,
then-
merch store.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until then,
Yeah.
but yeah,
We're also gonna have some new stuff with the exciting thing that's happening later that we can't all the way talk about yet, but we're gonna have some new stuff.
yeah.
Super stoked for that too.
But along with the artwork, you also had an awesome music video.
Oh,
for,
dude.
Dude,
Shout out to
Child
Alex.
Met with
Alex
a Bomb.
did that shit well.
Shout out to Alex for that.
Who's Alex? I guess just a band friend.
So Alex
Alex is our
Alex-
videographer and the original OG drummer for Funeral
Yeah.
Scene as
I
well.
stole his job.
Let's plug that.
He was whenever he first joined, he was like really fucking busy because he was doing videography stuff for like an actual like firm.
Yeah,
But he
like he
started
was doing like corporate shit.
yeah, like actual like commercials.
I think he
and stuff.
worked on like Wipeout as well, like as a
Yeah.
videographer. Like
Yeah,
he's been doing
Um,
shit.
Yeah.
yeah, and like mind you, like he's like our age or whatever. Like he's like
Yeah.
24, I think.
Yeah, he's been in
Yeah.
the scene for a second too. He used to be a drummer for an old band called Numerals here.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a more like genty tech death band almost.
Yeah.
Oh, he did a really good job. Is this like his idea, or did y'all come to him with us?
It was a collaborative
Definitely
effort.
collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he basically like set us with a really great ground to work off of, which is just letting us talk out all of our bullshit. So thank you, first of all.
Yeah.
He was basically like, yeah, just send me all of your chicken scratch, all of your ideas, like whatever things you're thinking about, like how this thing makes you feel, what you want to portray, like what it's about. Just anything you can think of that you like want to put into this, you can do. And then we like spitballed some locations and some story ideas, and he sent us back this super sick pamphlet.
Yeah.
Dude, he sent us a pamphlet. But
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Really?
We were so confused because we were like, "What the fuck?" We're like,
Yeah, dude, we were expecting a text like a
Yeah.
text just saying like, "Yep, we're good to go," and he sent us a whole ass pamphlet.
Yeah, it's
that
like,
was,
oh, it's
professionally done and like detailed out with like all of the plans and ideas he had. And we were like,
He had like drew some shit too.
yeah,
Like, some
yeah,
of the
well,
shit
no,
was
it was like
drawn.
He
a
drew some shit. No, I'm kidding. But
Drew some shit as well. Like,
that's cool,
Yeah, like-
man. I'm glad y'all were able to hook up with someone that was professional about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great. It was a really
Canadian
fun
band.
time working with him.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I think-
That's
I
the
think
big
we can-
important thing about band is like we want to try to break out of like the local band mindset. Like it's definitely cool, like punk rock, do it in your basement, right? But we also are trying to get shit that sounds good and get music videos that we can be proud of and like go and show people because we are trying to like think on a national level.
Yeah,
you know what I
if
mean?
you're gonna put something out,
Oh, yeah,
it has
man.
to be accessible on a national level for people nationally to want to listen to it. Because like you don't want people to be into you just because you're a local band for that specific reason,
Right,
Or
because
otherwise,
then your engagement tops out at like your
Being a
friends and
local
family
band,
from
yeah.
the scene. You know, you want people like you who doesn't live anywhere fucking near here and sees this shit and is like, wow, this is cool. You know.
Mm.
a lot of that comes with
They're trying.
just like knowing that you're gonna have to spend some money as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see like a lot of local bands nowadays. Like not saying that we're not a local band because we are, but
No,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
a lot of local bands nowadays that really just kind of cheap out on like production and then like content in general, like music videos, photos in general, and I feel like that doesn't help. You know what I mean? Like you if you pay for good stuff, you're gonna look good. Like and that helps a lot.
It's sad to say because it like kind of like it can end up pricing out people that probably would have the talent or do have the creativity, but like just not the means. Like at the same time though, it's like again talking on the whole like you want to be accessible on a national level or like
Yeah.
people can like you on a national level because you want somebody to hear you and their most immediate thought isn't, oh, this is a cool local band. You want them to hear your stuff and be like, oh man, this is sick.
Yeah.
And like that's it. And then like that's another thing like kind of going on with our scene right now as well. Like it's not necessarily like our scene's like in a kind of a funny place. And so I've been like trying to think about like different like ways or like reasons that certain scenes like do well and stuff. And one of the like big mentalities has been like, what is it? We need to bring more people into the scene or whatever. And like
Yeah.
a
Our
kind of
scene
like
recently died, so
yeah,
like,
yeah, because
everyone's working on rebuilding it.
and it's
Right.
more of a
Well,
like
not just because of COVID, it ate itself alive. Like there was so much infighting and
Yeah.
drama and all of that stuff.
but yeah, and that being said, like it my mentality basically after that was like a good scene doesn't make good bands make a good scene.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. And you have to have bands that make people want to come out to a show, not just because they like care about the local scene, but because like, oh man, this local show is going to be fun because I'm going to go see some bands that I really like.
Yeah.
And
On that, I'm really stoked about our local scene right now.
oh yeah, no,
Like,
our local scene's like actually like starting to really pick up. Like we have this black metal band called
Purgatorium.
Purgatorium KC. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
Homies.
Snake Hound's
Snake
obviously fucking
Hound.
killing
Snake
it.
Yeah.
Hound's coming up.
Snake Hound is sick. I heard I think they did an album last year, right?
Mhm.
Imitation Crown.
Imitation
Yeah, that
Crown.
was
It was
a Imitation Crown was
2019.
a few years ago.
2019?
They did
Okay.
they did a single last year though, with Josh Barber actually.
They actually
Yeah.
recorded an album with Ben Turkovic, who we recorded with on drums, and then they
Yeah,
didn't end up putting it out.
I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I would.
They got a new
Okay.
vocalist now, and they're coming back swinging.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
They're
Yeah,
doing
Josh is back
Fucking
into doing
Josh
music.
is amazing.
So you guys
Yeah.
did another music video I wanted to ask about for the Mountain the Crater. Are these pictures of you guys as kids?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
there are those for there are-
Visualizers.
yeah.
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 It's kind of like
Why pictures? Your childhood pictures
Because
in here?
that's what that song's about.
It's
That
about
song's
child abuse.
So like
Oh,
all
okay.
of us in the band have experienced that.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot. So
Yeah.
God damn.
uh,
All right.
yeah, so that shit hits home, and the person we were talking to about our socials, Casey Steinmiller, did our photos at the time and was like helping us plan our release and like I don't know, just kind of like hone in on our image that we were trying to go for. So we wanted to have those like be on Spotify, you know, like the tall things that play and
And then also like instead of like a lyric video or whatever, giving somebody like something that they can like watch or can be like an atmospheric thing in the background whenever they're like listening to it, hanging out, doing whatever, or and like
It's better than just like a still image being.
Right, right.
it just visually looks better. And then like I do want to kind of explain a little bit. Like The Mountain the Crater is like one of my favorite songs, especially like lyrically. It's basically about recognizing the abuse that you had gone through like as a kid and kind of like rationalizing it or coming to terms with it as an adult. And like I don't know, it's a song that I'm really happy about. And like most of the lyrics are written by Zane, and Zane did an awesome job. Gonna stroke your dick or whatever, but
No, dude, Zane's fucking
I will
nuts.
later.
Remember how we were talking about how Patrick would like used to come with a full song and then just hand it over?
Right.
If Zane's into the song, he would take like half an hour and a laptop and just like put on headphones, and then he would just come out with just God tier lyrics that just like flowed and fit the song and made everything better. We were like, what? How? What the fuck? It's always like this.
Yeah.
So like one of the songs we went into the studio with like sort of really loose lyrical ideas, and it's also the song that got like fucked up the most in the studio. And he just wrote it in the studio like as we were tracking.
Yeah,
And like so he would go like do a line, not a. We would go do a vocal line, and then it would come back and like have the notepad and like write something down and try it, and then it didn't work, and then we'll go back and try something else, and it worked, and it was just that the whole time, and then it just came out, and it was super sweet. There was like vocal hooks where we didn't even know there were vocal hooks, and yeah.
Yeah, it turned out really well somehow. I don't know, but
All those lines you were doing, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I think The Mountain the Crater is definitely like one that really hits home for most of us, and it also like helps. I mean, we play that last in the set. I mean, it's the last on the EP. Usually, for the most part, we play the EP like as an entirety, like in order.
Yeah.
So it flows perfectly, we think, for the most part, and so. The Mountain the Crater is a lot of fun. It's a really good song.
It's
It's
also
really
like
a
the
personal
most
favorite
epic
for a lot of
song.
us, and I've had a lot of fans like tell me like, "Hey man, that last song you guys played was my favorite of the whole show."
Nice.
So.
Good to have a positive message going along with it too. Got a couple random questions here. So, what do you guys put on your hot dogs?
Oh, Lord.
Bananas, jelly, and peanut butter. Shut the fuck up. Then I take off.
Alrighty, that sounds awful.
No traditional kind of dude.
It's vanilla.
No,
on his hot dogs.
no, just the old ketchup and mustard.
I like
Okay,
an extra
okay.
bun on mine. No hot dog.
I'm too be liking some buns.
A hot burrito.
Bro, okay, so if it's not like ketchup and mustard, it's got to be chili. Like you got to.
Yeah, it's a chili dog household.
I had a chili dog once and hated it. I'll be honest with
You're
you.
fucking okay. Never mind. He's out of the band. Can you kick him? Like,
How
he's
much
dead.
does his opinion really matter?
I mean, his opinion matters the most because he's actually the one who's supposed to lead the band.
Control the vibe.
Yeah.
I don't even do that well.
No, shut the.
Yeah, this dude listens to me at practice. To stay on time.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, there's some parts where I follow Zane.
Dude,
Yeah, why?
So, you guys are called Funeral Singer. I think it's a sweet name. So who do you want to sing at your funeral?
That's good.
Ideally, Zane.
Fucking ideally, Corey from Norma Jean.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Donovan Malero.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Donovan Malero. Like his,
I'll take Andrew
If we're
Malou
going
from
like that,
Richelieu.
Anthony Green.
Anthony Green.
Yeah,
Anthony
fucking
Green.
vocalist.
You have to be Anthony
If I could
Green.
get Andrew Malou from Richelieu to sing at my funeral, I think that's another win.
You don't do
Alright.
music anymore, so good luck.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, I heard
Your death would be the thing that'd bring them together, though.
hey, that's a win. Hey,
Tears
can
for
you go,
Fears came back.
You know,
Tears like
God, that's
I
an
need
old ass
Tears for
band,
Fears.
man. I forgot about that.
They just came back and they put out like a solid ass fucking
Yeah.
single. Like
Do you listen?
yeah, no, it's so good. It's called The Tipping Point. It's like it sounds like it sounds more like The Cure than it sounds like their old stuff. But it's
And
like,
then Patrick got into the Cure
Yeah,
the same day.
yeah,
And I live here.
yeah. Yeah, this is like
Beastie
ahead, I'm
Rockers asking what songs do you want played at your funeral?
Funeral Singer by Norma Jean.
Yeah. Hand of Blood by Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah.
That's literally the song that got me into metal.
No, you
Yeah.
gotta do like Leave Out All the Rest by
Oh my
fucking
god, Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, bro. That shit's
Dude,
sad.
Closing time.
Whatever the last song is that the Rev was on for Avenged Sevenfold, I want that one.
Sorry, it's just like when everybody goes silent.
Just slightly squint.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought you some
What
Avenged
the
Sevenfold.
fuck
What are
did
you
you say?
talking
Guy
about?
with a face on his shirt has an opinion.
Honestly, that shirt makes me want to kiss you more, so it's okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Inevitably, June asks, "What is the one thing you want listeners to take away from your music?
They're here.
Find something better.
Find something better."
Just love each other. I don't know, man.
Really,
Oh, man, I have no idea,
it's
It is
I
a
mean,
hard
like,
question.
It is
Like-
a hard question.
individuality, I guess. I feel like, so we kind of like talked about this a little bit, but I feel like a lot of our, I guess, ideology ends up coming from an idea of like the way that previous generations have kind of primed like our generation for living, and with like a lack of knowledge, and it kind of like for me gives off kind of like a pissed off need for individuality, and that doesn't necessarily even mean you have to be like even disruptive outwardly. I mean, like if that's your
No,
prerogative,
no, you
then go
should.
for it.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. No, actually,
Yeah.
I know. Just, I mean, like, that me saying that, like, activism is very important, very good.
Yeah.
Whereas all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Shit don't
but
change unless you make it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, like I work in escrow or whatever. Like,
We work for the man now.
yeah,
damn it.
but I mean, like, we have like tattoos and shit, and it's like about like normalizing like things that I
Weren't
don't know,
once
previous
normal.
generations may have looked down upon, or like living in a way that I guess normalizes what is it, certain lifestyles that may have not been seen as good enough or as
Valid.
Normalize being the person who you were meant to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're all like, what is it, either like LGBTQ or have like experiences with it as well, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like
I mean, look.
yeah, but like regardless, it's more of an idea of like, I don't know, I want people to feel empowered and to like feel like what the music scene was for me, like whenever I was younger, was it was like my hangout place. Like it was like where I went to feel normal, because I lived in some like, what is it, upper class, like what is it, like conservative like suburb or whatever, not upper class, but like middle class conservative suburb, and everybody thought that they were like we call it like fake country. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's bro country the person.
yeah, no,
Walmart
it's like
Cowboys.
you act country.
Walmart
like you're-
Cowboys. I love that. That's so
Yeah.
good. That's so good. Dude, hey, song title right there. Walmart Cowboys. I really like that.
No.
Patrick will write it down.
Bring it up. Hallmark Cowboy. Is that what you said?
It's a good one. Yeah, let's do
Walmart
it.
Yeah, I'm
Cowboys.
gonna
Yeah, that's a
keep
good
that
one.
That's pretty good actually.
Don't get
but-
Patrick on his list of song titles.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
This is the outro.
one
It's just
song title.
Patrick
Yeah.
reading all
No.
One song title here in a minute. Just like an idea that like, regardless, regardless, it
It's
was
so bad somebody else is gonna use it.
regardless, that was a place where I could feel normal and stuff. And one of the things like to go on about that is like, obviously that may not have always been the safest for like people of like different demographics and stuff like that, and especially like on the conversation of like abuse and stuff like that going on in the music scene. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that being said, like, it's more of an idea of like, we want to come here, be ourselves, and also make this place safe, and make it like I don't know, somewhere that people can actually lean on as a community. And that's more like the way that we've been attempting to interact with our own local scene. But that's, I guess, kind of what we try to get across with our music as well, is like, hey, here's a
Yeah.
bunch of fucked up shit that like we're upset about, or that we're upset at ourselves about, and let's deal with it, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that's what I would say. I don't know, like I also can't put in words for everybody
A
else.
lot of it, or at least for me personally, is like, I don't know, basically outwardly stating, hey, you can trauma bond with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a lot of I mean, like I said before, the whole EP is basically, it ended up turning into a concept of different forms of abuse in society. And so yeah, it was basically just like, yeah, we've gone through this, like, and this is like the shit we've had to deal with or had to see. And you can definitely come to us and talk about it. Like we know, we
Which
get it.
is an actual like even an important thing like at our shows and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Is
always
like,
want to make a safe space that people can come and be able
Yeah.
to communicate,
and it's
or
like
even just hang out.
yeah, and it's also like in my opinion important, like at the very least, like again talking about those like situations where like dudes are being really fucking creepy on some girls or whatever and shit, is having your show goers be able to know that they can come and talk to you and say like, hey, I'm not comfortable right now, and
we'll go do something about it.
yeah, and it's like trying to facilitate a safe space where people can be open about themselves and their emotions and not have to be concerned about like some dude heart like being creepy or being pushy or like doing anything like that.
Is that a problem in your scene?
Definitely
It
used to be.
has been.
It at minimum was.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, there's always shitty people. In the
Yeah,
world.
well, I mean,
Like,
and that's another thing. Like I've even noticed, like in a lot of music scenes or whatever, and even like whenever like Warped Tour was like a thing, especially. I was having a conversation with one of my friends that kind of like fucked me up a little bit. I guess is like whenever on a certain level, aren't the bands that played Warped Tour not culpable, but like at least partially guilty for facilitating the situations where people could be predatory and stuff. And it's like, it's rough to think about because like in a certain sense, it's like playing in a band, like, yes, these people came to your show and in a sense you like allowed these toxic people to be around each other and allowing them to have the opportunity to do bad things. And so like
being outward that we don't stand for that.
Yeah. And so like I've heard about it in a lot of other scenes right now. Like our scene's just kind of like it's building
it's finding
back
its
up.
feet again.
Yeah, it's finding its feet again. And at the same time, a lot of those sorts of people that were in the scene have already been kicked out and like that are like basically shunned to the point of where they stop coming to shows or like anything like that. And so like it's a thing that we're working on, but it's also a thing that I think like it's really tough to notice. Especially especially being like a dude who's in a band or whatever, like I'm much less likely or much less likely to have to worry about like some drunk dude coming up and trying to fucking grope on me or trying to like be like, oh hey, you should marry me and stuff, which is a thing that like we've seen at actual shows.
Yeah.
And
God
like
damn, that's crazy. Okay.
yeah, no, like what is it? Well, we were in a place to stay and like that was another thing that like I was like having to think about is like we were 16 and 17 and stuff ourselves, but it's like going to play shows and like the guitarist from another band will come up to like came up to one of my like 14-year-old friends or whatever and was like, hey, you should marry me and stuff. And he's like drunk as shit. And it's like,
oh yeah.
At the time we didn't have like the vocabulary or the understanding to say or do more than just like yeah, let's just get you away from that person or whatever,
right?
or just be, hey man, you're being awkward. And it's like brother, if you're like walking up to a 14-year-old girl and being like, oh hey, you should marry me, or like, oh you're pretty and stuff, it's
You
like
got problems.
yeah, you have an actual fucking problem. And it's like something has to be like said about it. And
Right.
not necessarily even like going on the whole like call out culture thing, but more of just like
we believe in rehabilitation. We want people to like get healthy and figure their shit out.
And to an extent, like obviously there are extreme cases of shit, and like restorative justice is really important. At the same time, like whatever accountability is also important, and accountability also comes from like what the victim wants. And so like we want to facilitate a healthy place where people can learn and grow, and facilitate a safe scene and stuff. Not just here, but in any other scene. And we want it to be important that people can talk to us about their problems and can talk to us about like things that are bothering them. But at the end of the day, it's not about like trying to tear anything apart or make anything like worse, or just say like fuck you and like not try to at least address or fix the problem or educate. It's just we want what's best I guess is what I'm kind of trying to get at.
Oh hell yeah, man! Just trying to foster a good community. I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's talk about some show stories. What's the best show you guys have played?
The best you said?
The best.
Hasn't
Oh.
happened. No good shows.
Every man so far.
Jesus Christ.
It's not happening in a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, we just played a show with If I Die First.
Yeah.
That was
a lot
not,
of fun.
that was probably my favorite show. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that was a lot
Yeah,
of
I
fun.
mean, that was a blast. They've been like personal, I don't know, favorite artists for a while, at least for me. I think for everyone though, for the most part, we've all really liked them for a while. So it was really cool getting to see them. And not only that, but we got to talk to them for like a fat
Yeah.
fucking second.
They were just cool,
Um,
just like hanging out.
Yeah, they
It's
were big
great.
homies. They like bought our merch and shit as well.
Yeah.
Like it was confusing. We were like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
See, I haven't actually listened to them. I saw them with the like CU Space Cowboy collab, but I never actually listened to their other stuff. I didn't even know that they had like an
Oh
album.
my
out
god,
or
it's like
whatever.
old school post hardcore, man. That
Yeah.
shit is
Yeah.
so
Like from
good.
first to
It's
last.
just so
Yeah.
fucking good. Yeah, their guitarist is from
the
first
drummer.
to last. Do what?
And the drummer.
Oh,
Yeah.
from
And their
first to
drums, yeah.
last.
Oh,
Oh, I remember them.
Yeah, they're
Shit.
from first to last. Yeah, and then like their two like vocalists are like each like sad boy trap artists as well.
That's
Same
Zane's
thing with
bread
Alex
and butter.
Ball, actually.
Yeah.
He's more of a producer though, but
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, and so they're fucking amazing. It was a really like fun time to get to hang out with them like for a while and hear their fun stories and their
They got to like
gave
give us like cool
advice.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a ton of advice and it was really good time. Trying to think of what other bands like because for the most part this band has
Heath
played
Ledger's
like
show was a lot of fun.
Well,
yeah,
no,
that's that was a good time.
Seventh Heaven. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the Seventh Heaven. It was kind of like our first show back from COVID. I guess it was our first show back
Yeah.
from COVID, and a ton of people came out. We have this awesome local venue that just lets
Yeah.
anybody play. They don't charge anything. They have it's like a record store, a head shop, and a sex shop, and
Yeah.
it has a base. hold on.
God
and it has a
damn.
basement that throws shows to local bands for free.
Yeah. It's
Like
They're just the best
Yeah,
people.
they
the
are
That's
best
crazy,
totally
dude.
doing their part. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But,
That's
yeah,
Just
that was
fucking
an
awesome.
awesome show. A ton of people came out and got to see a ton of like old faces from the scene and a ton of new faces, and that actually really inspired me. Like I was really glad to see a bunch of people I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and also a lot of people that we hadn't seen in like
Years.
literally
Yeah,
a
2
year.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a year or 2 years and stuff like that, just because of again,
Coronavirus.
yeah, sickness
Mhm.
sucks.
And it was great. We got to raise like God, it was like $700 for charity as well as like a ton of fucking clothes. Like it was amazing that we got.
Wait,
Uh,
so like a charity or something? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So my one of my good friends, what is it? It's I only ever know them by their first name.
Yeah. Let me go double check.
Yeah, no, it's Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
Their name is Sawyer. They've been a friend of mine for like years. And they used to be like a caseworker or whatever for sexual assault victims. And they've always been like a part of like activism here in Kansas City, like in any form. But right now they're working at a kind of like a halfway house to an extent, called Pride Haven.
This is their face.
Oh yeah, Sawyer Thomas.
Yeah.
But it's called Pride Haven. And what they essentially do is house homeless and like intransient what is it, people between the ages of I think it was like 16 or 17 and 24. Basically need a place to stay and like clothes and food and stuff. Mostly focused on the LGBTQ community. But if you're in the Kansas City area or whatever and like you need assistance, they also give a lot of what is it, like networks and a lot of like
Avenues.
yeah
to
avenues to like get yourself back on your feet and stuff. And
Oh,
they've
that's
been
sick.
really awesome. But I would I'm friends with Sawyer, and we I just asked them like, hey, would you guys want to have a table here or whatever? We'll do like a
like
$5
benefit show.
yeah, we'll do a $5 suggested donation, and the donations will go to them and stuff. And what is it? Had people like bring clothes and canned food and stuff, and like it was like really awesome. Which is
That's
like
cool
another
as hell.
thing. Yeah, like it's another thing to me is like getting the Kansas City music scene more involved with
The Kansas City community.
yeah in general. I feel like is like really important towards like not just fostering a healthier community for the music scene, but also fostering a healthier, more integrated community for Kansas City in general.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like the thought process between like doing stuff like that and like
That's like one of the coolest things I've heard. One of the band that's come on here. It's one of the coolest things that I've heard one of them say. So it's really cool that y'all are involved in that.
Nice.
On another note, B Dowdy in chat saying slam dancing with some double dongs in the pit, and I would bet that that's happened at that venue before.
Dude, straight up, imagine you go upstairs, buy 2 of the doubles, and you're just like,
oh my god.
You know,
Like
it hasn't
a
happened
whole
at our
fucking-
shows yet, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No,
that is the ticket to entry. If
Yeah.
one person's not doing that, we're not playing.
yeah. Fair enough.
So those
That's
are the
part of the
best
best-
shows. What's the worst show you guys have played?
We played 3 shows as a band. So.
Okay,
It could be another
there was a
project
time-
and
We
stuff
played
too.
more than that before you guys.
Yeah, there was a time.
Okay, but it only matters after we got here. So.
Oh my god. No. Okay, so we played a show. It was like a Battle of the Bands show. In like was it 2019 or
This
It was
whatever?
the Summer Slaughter
Yeah, with
Showcase.
Hero Singers back when we were playing as a 4-piece. And
Is
like
this with the people that I think it's with?
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know. I mean, it just wasn't good. Like we had like a lot of like sloppy issues. It was more of like the actual like show itself was also just like really funny. Like some dude like what is it? Busted his nose on his mic on accident, or it was like
Jeez.
I think he kneed himself in the face and
How do
started
you
going.
do that?
Okay, so they have these like
Dude, okay.
stomp boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
yeah, they have these like stomp boxes or whatever. They like I don't want to give too many details. Whatever, just
Wait, so like a box that they would bring on stage just to put their leg up?
Yeah.
Dude, I
But-
saw a
and
band
The
that
light
brought a
box.
little amp before, like just it wasn't plugged in or anything. It was there just so he could put his foot up. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't,
stupid.
okay,
Oh
and
my
then they
God.
stay there the whole time. That's the problem. I don't like it whenever people like will fucking get that shit and then they will stay like on the stage in the same spot with the foot up the whole time. Like that's all
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah,
This
interact.
dude, right? This dude was
So
fucking
good.
headbanging and going up and down and all that shit. And I guess he fucking like missed the uptake, right? He like just missed, I don't know, stopping himself from continuing to go and just straight face planted into his own knee.
Yeah.
Was fucking
That's going in
bleeding
the list,
and
but
bleeding. And then they stopped the song halfway through. And this guy goes, I bleed for you. And then
Yeah, I did this for you
And then
too.
fucking
I'm
continued to
bleeding.
go. It was
No,
so
the
fucking
best,
funny.
best
No,
part
oh my
is Bane
God.
had to use the mic afterwards.
I had to go up there and I was like, bro, I was talking to the sound guy. I was like, dude, come on. Do you guys have an extra mic? Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
And this guy like got off the stage and he just starts fucking hurling.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like,
And you,
What is-
this was like a day when
With
it was
the
like
mic still,
105
like-
degrees out.
it was so hot. And I was just like, dude, please tell me you got another mic. Like, please, for the love of God. Like, it's got
That's
blood.
crazy.
He's still holding it. There's blood all over him. It's like, fuck. All right. That was wild. And then me and Patrick, whenever we were in our first band,
Oh
together,
no.
we
I know what you're talking
so we did
about.
like a little tour, right? And
Okay.
oh, you probably have a better story of
I was gonna talk
whenever-
about,
oh yeah, we were gonna talk about the
Dad.
Aaron show. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to name drop. Anyway, so there's two, I guess. We went on a tour, right? And so first we played a show in Raytown, which is like right south of KC. And then we went up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then we went to Chicago over the course of like 3 days, and then we went to Joplin, Missouri right after. But in Chicago, we played a show, and there was a lot of like technical issues that were going on with like the venue, whether or not we were actually going to do the show, whether or not who was doing the promotion and like all this kind of stuff. And basically it came down to like just us and another band. And we basically like kind of begged the promoter to like keep it on and like do it just so we had something to do that day. And we ended up playing the show to solely the other band.
Mhm.
It was just the other band that was there. And it actually ended up being fucking sick because like the venue owner like gave us a free pizza, let us like
It's a pizza
smoke
shop.
hookah. Yeah, it was like a pizza shop plus a bar plus a hookah store. Like this dude
Oh, yeah,
owned the
hookah
whole
lounge.
strip. Yeah, and so he like gave us free hookah, and pizza and like beer and shit. And
Why
it
are
was,
the
like,
places that y'all play like multiple things? Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
man. It-
Gotta draw
Sex
multiple
shop,
crowds.
music
You got
store
the pizza
venue,
fans,
pizza,
Yeah.
got the
hookah.
sex fans at our shows.
yeah.
We've been having some sex havers at our show.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that was a
You do
fucking
sex.
that was a fucking good time. Also a bad time because
Oh yeah, no,
because
because I smoked like way too much hookah and like basically like what is it? Ended up like hurling like right after. It was really bad.
Yeah. And then okay, so another one, the best worst show that we ever played, me and Patrick.
Oh no. Yeah.
Our drummer from our first band together, like had just turned 18. So we were like 16 or 17 at the time. I think we were like 16 or 17. Because he's like older than me by a year or so. But
Oh here,
he
can I
had just graduated high school. And so we were doing his high school graduation party at his house. And oh, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sure.
No, I'm just gonna say, yeah, we did a graduation party show at his house.
Oh, he wants to explain. I got you.
Yeah. No, I what is it? Like, I love explaining this. What is it? Us and Zane and I and another band, what is it? Went to get like McDonald's like right afterwards, and like all the people are like still there and stuff. And I got a call, what is it, while we're at McDonald's, and it's our drummer, and he goes, "Where are you guys?" And it's like, getting McDonald's. What's up? He goes, "Oh, okay." I go, "Are you drunk?" And he was like,
Yeah.
So he's like started speeding or whatever. Like the adults let them have alcohol or whatever. And
We're 16.
fucking- yeah, no,
We're
it was
16.
bad. Like apparently like his dad had gotten so drunk that they in their garage they had a pool table, and then right in front of it had
Had is a very like
Pinnacle part of the story.
It
yeah. What is it? But anyways, it was also like raining profusely, and so his dad got like so drunk that he like started stripping on his car, like on his son's car or whatever. And
There's
then
still a
decided-
lot
As
of
you do.
people here, including
Yeah.
adults.
he was
Including
like stripping,
adults.
like strip dancing or whatever, and then decided to jump from the car to the pool table and just completely smashed it.
All the legs fucking gave out and it just planted. So we show up like from getting McDonald's and the fucking pool table's on the ground with all the legs broken.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what the fuck happened? And this dude is standing there with like two other guys, mind you, the dad with his shirt off and two other dudes that are older. And they're like, "Hey, you guys drink?" And we're just like, I mean, yes. Is that the answer? Is this the answer that we need to give? And they fucking like hand us a bottle of like Hennessy and like what was it? It was like some sort of
Crown
like
Royal.
dark, yeah, Crown Royal,
Royal.
and then like some like rum or something like that.
Yeah.
And we fucking end up like downing, like they had like 3/4 of the bottle left, and me and him together downed the rest of this bottle at the age of 16. Which is why we should not name drop who these people were. But
Yeah, mind you,
yeah.
we don't underage drinking.
yeah, don't drink underage. And we downed the rest of this bottle, and I just vividly remember this one of these like this older dude like turning to me and going, "How did you do that? How did you?" And I was just like, "I don't know, man. I'm just weird, bro." And so we like stood there and like hung out with them. Mind you, this was like after we played the show. We played the show. We went to McDonald's, came back. And so these older guys were there. And I guess we had like hung out with them. Our drummer's dad's wife was like, "You need to get to bed. You're fucking plastered. You got work. Blah 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 blah." All this shit. And so he drunkenly like leaves, and then we were just like, "What the fuck just happened?" And he like sneaks, he like opens the door, creaks open, and like looks back. "I just wanted to tell you. I wanted to warn you. If you're looking for more alcohol, do not look above the fridge. Do not look in the bottom drawer of the fridge. There is not more alcohol there. You know, there's not. You like slowly closed the door, and like we were like, all right, I see you. And we go and grab the rest of that alcohol and meet up with the rest of the band that was in the basement. And boy, oh boy, it gets fucking wild. We had this fucking dude who was like who was our age or maybe like a year younger.
Yeah.
We
He
didn't.
got drunk off, or he took. She got drunk off of a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had drank like one beer.
Sounds like a
People
me
kept
thing to
giving
do.
him alcohol. That was the problem. Is people kept giving him alcohol. And this kid was plastered. We actually wrote a song about it. At that Plastered Saint. It was like it was I mean that we got the name at least from that.
Okay.
Anyways, this kid got fucking so hammered that he
He wouldn't stop playing the harmonica.
Yeah, he did play that.
No. Like, what is it? He had this harmonica, and everybody kept trying to tell him, like, dude, you need to go to sleep. And like, they'd like,
Oh yeah, no, and he'd run off. He fucking would run off, and then you'd hear little harmonica noises. And it was like his basement
they'd
was
hide
pitch
it from
black,
him.
not finished or anything, and so like you couldn't see anything other than like what the TV illuminated, and you would just hear out of the corner like little harmonica noises, and it's like, okay, bro, get back to sleep, like, and all this shit. And then this kid, we thought he was finally asleep, and then we like all were like starting to like wind down and turn in for the night, and he was missing. And we fucking like all go searching because this basement was pretty big, searching with flashlights to find this kid. And he was like inchworming across the floor. Little did he know, he fucking found an upwards nail, an inchworm
oh my god, I remember this. Yeah.
directly into the nail and didn't realize it. And so we found him, picked him up, and we're like trying to take him back. And we're like, bro, are you good? And he was like, yeah. And he had blood just like fucking dripping down his face. And we're like, oh fuck. Like, we is he good? Like,
He's not good.
I'd already like it was like I'd like gone to sleep, mind you.
How did we
Yeah, at
get to
one
this
point,
conversation?
this was when I knew me and
Dustin
Patrick were friends.
Yeah.
Because Patrick got ridiculously
Yeah.
wasted, and I had to hold his hair up like while he was puking at
Yeah.
this party. It was fuck.
Yeah, no, regardless though, like I woke up, like I was one of the first people to fall asleep. So I woke up in the morning or whatever and like had just heard about this or whatever. And I walk into the main room where everybody's sleeping, and I was like, who wants McDonald's? And like it pops up or whatever, and it's this huge gash across his face. And I just started losing my shit. I was just like, you got a Harry Potter scar. It was really bad.
Dude, he still has it. Like I think we caught up with him like a couple years later. This dude like has a scar like on his.
A Harry Potter
Jesus
scar.
Christ, dude. Hope he got treated for tetanus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Inevitably,
As far as
June
I
is
know,
asking how good was he at the harmonica, though.
Not
Real
great.
question.
He's like a 16-year-old.
Can you actually be bad at the harmonica though? Yeah, fair enough. Like honestly, especially probably got them drunk man powers as well. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like playing Towerfall?
Yeah, Towerfall might
Dude,
be.
Towerfall.
Yeah. No, there's this archery game that we used to play called Towerfall, and you're like this little dude or whatever who hops around her, and like you shoot arrows and you have to like pick the arrows back up. It's like a 2D like 8-bit sort of game, 16-bit.
Being
Yeah.
drunk makes you really good at the game.
Yeah, for whatever reason, being drunk makes you amazing at it. Don't know why, but you get drunk powers.
I mean, no shit. Like Patrick and I had beat like most of the game. There was only like the last few bosses left, and then for a while, Patrick and I were just hanging out and drinking like every night, and then every night we would just inch away at these bosses and just get better and
Yeah,
better.
it was really bad.
And then it'd be 4 a.m. I'm like, motherfucker.
I also want to put out we're not alcoholics.
There's a lot of alcohol stories.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Like I thought I had all my alcohol stories in high school or whatever and like calmed down. And yeah, I don't
Now
know.
you throw bonfires every weekend.
Yeah,
So here we
well,
are.
I don't really drink anymore, but like I do like a little bit, but Oh my god! So like, there was a bonfire we did like a few weeks ago, and we stopped by Home Depot.
Dude, let's go. No, I'm telling
oh
the shit.
my-
I'm telling
okay,
the shit.
go
All right.
ahead.
So, we don't have trees with accessible wood. Anyway, so we go get firewood from Home Depot, and we had just gone to a local show at Seventh Heaven actually, and we were gonna go like have a little get together. We were gonna go get firewood, and we're walking to the firewood at Home Depot, and there's this sweet old lady that's like, "Oh, you guys look cute. What are you guys doing tonight?" We're like, "We actually just came from a show, but we're gonna go have a bonfire if you want to come."
No,
And-
okay, I had walked off.
Yeah, Patrick just fucking left me there.
Yeah,
with this
I
old
was like,
lady.
I was trying to rush and get the firewood before like people started getting to our house,
Yeah,
and
I am
Yeah.
a very big proponent of fucking around and finding out, because honestly, I have not found out a whole lot in my life. So I just be winging everything, right? So this old lady, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna invite her. She's not gonna come. But she fucking pulls up.
no,
dude.
I'm like sitting out front, making sure people like know where they're going or whatever, and like I see this white car pull up, and this lady go, "Is this address or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay, Jared invited me." I was like, I like go like sprinting out back to the bonfire, like, "Jared, this is your problem now."
Yeah. She's literally like 80.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like-
not an exaggeration. I think she's like 79.
Yeah, she said
and
just
she
barely
needed-
not 80.
She needed help up the stairs. Like we have, I don't know, like 15 stairs to get to our house or something like that. So I went and helped her up the stairs and helped her like into the little step in the house and like walked her around. And she was just like really slowly trotting around. And there's one more step to get into our backyard. So step to get into the backyard, and then she's back there, and I'm like, fucking Sparky's here. Like I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. This is the first I've ever found out in my life, right? I'm floored. And she's just a sweet old lady, man. She just like, she doesn't care. Like we're obviously a bunch of weirdos, so we have a bunch of weirdos over to our bonfires because it's awesome. And I mean, I love weird people. They're the best. But no, she's just like making her way around to every person and just saying like hi, who she is, and like how she got here, and then, like talk about life and real estate. She really liked real estate.
Was this the one that I didn't go to?
You haven't gone to any of them.
Yeah, I think
What?
you've only been to
There's
like
been
one.
multiple.
We do this like every week.
Yeah,
And
right.
Oh, well. Now I'm
Actually,
quitting my
you
job.
can
Maybe I'll
invite
show
me,
up.
like,
So
as well.
okay, hold on. Were you guys playing like fucking punk music and shit? Like, and she was just
Yeah.
vibing. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know
That
that.
is crazy.
That's great.
That is
Yeah, but
So I see her at Home Depot still, and I invite her every time, and she hasn't come, but she still texts me sometimes. And she's like, no, straight up,
That's
she's
fucking
like, I'm
awesome.
having a garage sale if you want to come by and look.
You got a sugar mama.
She's a true fan. If you are not like, what is her name?
Sparky.
It is Sparky.
Sparky.
Yeah.
If you're not
Her
like
What
name is
epic
not a
name.
fan
What
of
the
funeral
fuck?
singer or
Well,
music,
okay, her name's Rita, but her party name is Sparky.
Oh,
okay,
Ah.
Sparky.
Real party animal.
No,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, so you do you have Home Depot wherever you're from?
Yeah, of course, man. Come on.
Okay, man. Man, some people don't have Walmart, all right? So you know how the Home
he's
Depot
fucking around
dudes
finding
wear the,
out.
like orange vests? So on her orange vest, it had Rita and then a line through it and Sparky underneath.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's her Home Depot party name.
yeah, we're Home Depot party animals. I hate it.
Shout out to Rita, aka Sparky. I love it.
Sparky. Yeah.
So back to the band.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's been like 20 minutes.
So you guys have just the one shirt, or do y'all have like other merch?
Oh yeah, we have two.
We do have 2 shirts.
Do you have
One
the
of
other
two
one?
shirt
Oh,
people.
shit.
Yeah.
The other
I
one?
mean, between all of us, there's like 5 or 6.
Shut up.
Hold up.
You
Nice.
can't buy this one, but still look at it.
But y'all should put that stuff up on Bandcamp or something. People could.
That's what I was saying.
Is the plan.
We're working on it.
You don't have any physicals for the EP?
No, we do.
We do have CDs.
Dude, put this stuff up on Bandcamp.
We're trying.
Um,
It's going.
So to close this out, just real quickly, what's your album of the year?
Oh yeah.
The question I've been
Fucking-
dreading.
Twisted World Perspective by Fall 50 Feet.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
It's-
That's a good one.
It's a mixture between that and I'm Sorry, Mr. Salesman by Mouth Breather.
That shit's good.
Both bangers.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking EP Serling put out.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
That shit's
Actually,
that's
B
so
Dowdy in chat is Brandon, their drummer.
Oh,
Dude,
oh
sweet.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Let's play
That
a
shit's
show.
good.
Come to Kansas City, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
We can
kiss
get
you.
married.
You get
At
married.
Seventh Heaven.
Yeah,
they
Seventh
have
Heaven.
they have literally everything you could ever need.
Yeah.
We can sword fight with dildos, bro. Come on. Sick.
I don't know why we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Literally, none of us have thought of this until you mentioned it. So
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. So Sterling, what about for you?
can I cheat
yeah.
and say a 2020 album?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay, so it's a Nova Lascara, We Suffer from Memory and Imagination.
Dude, that's a band I need to look into more. I think I've heard like one or two songs that I need to listen to like the full thing.
So I'm a big nerd. So
I
it's
can
great
tell.
for me,
No,
but-
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I have Scene Kid in the front and Party in the back. So
See in the front, I like it.
no, it's like a mix of like modern scram sounds and proggy stuff, but like
shoegaze.
yeah, and it's also like I don't know, just really vibey, like Fell Body, and that's the stuff I've really been into recently. Like I came from like a lot of like prog kid kind of music, and then
Converge.
I mean Converge slaps too, but Converge is not prog kid music.
No, I know. It's just okay.
like
so,
Between the Buried and Me. Is
no,
like
whenever I first started talking to Jared or whatever, they were just like really into Converge.
Oh, dude, I still have Jane Doe in my car right now.
Yeah.
Like literally right now, Jane Doe is in my car. But
Dude, Jane Doe's fucking sick.
yeah.
What about you,
But yeah,
Thomas? What's your album of the year, man?
Not out yet, but I know it's going to be the new Every Time I Die album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show 'em a tattoo.
Got the tattoo.
Yeah, you bet. I'm always repping the boys.
What about you, Kyle?
I'm really bad at listening to music. The closest thing I probably have is Colors 2, the Between the Buried and Me put out a couple of months
Really?
ago. It honestly, it was okay, but that's like the newest album I've listened to.
You liked 156 Silence's Rational
you
Pole.
did.
That's
That was-
true. Yeah, I did really like that.
I think that was last year though.
Yo,
Yeah.
that new Knock Loose EP though.
Oh
Just
my
came
god!
out today,
I checked that
but
out
it-
today. Like, what
They
is
have
it?
a
I
new
watched
EP?
it-
I didn't know that. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's,
They
it's
put
got
out a
short
whole
film along
concept
with it.
EP with a visualizer for the whole EP.
It's yeah, like it's an actual like short film, and like I watched it. What is it with the music? And now like anytime I listen to the music, I can't like stop thinking about the video. Like it's really like visually pleasing. But
That's
also, like,
sick.
weird and like I don't know, like existential and stuff. It's like really cool.
What about you, Chris?
Oh, me? I got a couple. I guess right now it's probably between Frontiers, Oxidized, and I don't remember the name of it. I wish I did. But
Oratorio.
well, definitely for EPs. But oh my god, I can't believe I forgot their name. Oh shit, they're gonna kill me.
Is it the name of the band or the name of the album or both?
Name of the band? Both actually.
Pac-Man the movie.
Oh my god. I mean that shit is fucking dope too. One second, because I want to make sure.
Death Goals.
There you
While
go.
he's
Boom.
distracted, take
There
off
we go.
the
Death
screen.
Goals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that
The new
shit's-
Death Goals
yeah.
is fucking sick, man. So
Yeah.
them and Frontier's new album is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all I had to talk about. Shit, something else you wanted to bring up?
How was your day?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, cool.
Got a little worse since it started. No, I'm kidding. You guys are
Ah,
great.
shit.
Now he's in. It took him
Keeping up the
15 minutes, but we
reputation.
got there. Didn't we say that's like a pee pee poo poo household or something like that?
This is a pee pee poo poo stream.
Yeah, there's a pee
Yeah.
poo poo friendly stream. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that's so funny.
So
Not to be like big things coming soon, but big things coming soon. We got this EP. We got some other stuff we can't quite talk about yet. but
Yeah,
I'm-
like
I'm
next year's
so
already. Yeah.
so fucking stoked for the future of this band.
My
Like,
wallet is
I've
not,
never-
but I am.
yeah, yeah, fair enough.
no, dude, like we're actually like we're gonna
Next
make
year-
this work, dude. This
Yeah.
is working.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Like next year we have some out of state stuff going on and some other like big stuff coming to Kansas City as well. So
Yeah, we have some names you might have heard of. Before,
Yeah, yeah, it's
and
like-
we're just super stoked that they ended up being able to come around here.
yeah, or us
And-
go around there.
Let's go around there with them.
So yeah, like next year's looking like really fucking sick, and we have some big stuff we're gonna be rolling out at the end of this year as well.
Yeah.
So new content soon. But yeah, along with like we're about to do like an entire like add a bunch of stuff to our merch line, actually put our merch online.
Yeah.
What is it? which is now going to be top priority now that we think about it.
I guess we should also
And,
like shout out Pickwick Commons as well.
Oh yes, okay.
Because they're big homies with us. We've been big homies with them for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Like
Adam Loki is like
Yeah.
what is it? One of the dudes. Like he's like
helping us just with advice or like how to handle shows and
Or,
how
like,
to handle
booking
a lot
stuff.
of like band management.
he's like
Yeah,
the
like-
7th member of Funeral.
yeah.
Yeah, right behind Ben Turkovich.
So like that's the thing I was gonna say earlier. Like whenever it comes to like putting out a product or whatever, it's like you get all your stuff together and get it as good as you possibly can get it with like your material, and then you take it to somebody else whose job is to basically take that and get it to as good as they can possibly get it, which is hopefully higher, and then like basically like what is it, expound like that to where like you have an actual like what is it, like really super fleshed out product that is like again just like as pleasing as it can be. And we tried to like kind of build like a network of a few people that we work with really consistently to help facilitate that, and especially like they understand like the idea that we have going on with the band and what we're looking for, and are willing to work with us, learn from us, teach us stuff, and
They're not learning anything from us.
They lose brain cells talking.
what is
to us,
it?
to be clear.
Ben learned about shitting his pants to completion.
That's
Yeah.
an important lesson in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't get once you turning 18 is whenever you get your cum muscle. I remember.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We didn't even we managed to avoid the song title that Patrick was.
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
No. Let's
Okay.
continue to avoid that.
So we have this
great.
We have this song list.
Chris
and,
wants to go home.
Okay, last thing. It's important. So we had this we do this thing where we'll like flip around the first letters of words and stuff. And so we were talking about
Spoonables.
This queering would be an example.
yeah, or what the frick is what the frick is a fuckative.
Or
Yeah.
Glass Glennon.
Yeah.
Glass Glennon, one of our songs.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Glass cannon, gas cannon.
but we
It's
have
just like, you know how like puns are the lowest form of humor?
Yeah, well,
We found
puns
a
are great.
new
Puns are
low.
great.
yeah. But anyways, where somebody said like if the shoe fits, and one of us said, oh, if the foo shits. And so we decided we were going to turn that entire concept into an EP, and it was going to basically the cover was going to be a just really shittily drawn picture of Dave Grohl, like just like what is it? No like jawline whatsoever, no shape to anything, just kind of like head looking like a potato, and you got the hair, and then like just eyes, and obviously the
face
yeah.
checks that box.
the
bro.
chin strap or whatever, but it's like otherwise just looks like a potato, and it's like a pencil drawing. And we were wanting to name one of the songs on it. It's certainly Dave Grohl, but it would definitely win a lawsuit.
Yeah, close enough to look at Dave Grohl, but
Yeah.
a lawsuit.
Okay.
Yeah. I
A
don't know,
lot of these
that-
song
that-
titles
that
come
was-
from
I-
like
this is
inside
exactly
jokes.
How funny this was though is nobody laughed. And-
Because
It was worth the 3 minutes to get there.
yeah.
I was
I
excited
live
about it.
appreciated it.
with this.
You love it.
Oh, I do love it.
Yeah.
I am the resident arbiter of chaos in this house. You'd think it'd be Patrick. You really would.
Anyways, yeah. But yeah,
Inevitably, June is saying, "Please put your mercy online." I'm gonna hold you to that, Patrick.
Merch.
Merch online.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
also would like to hold Patrick, but I respect their boundaries.
either way, no. So that's probably going to be a thing we'll be like taking care of like tomorrow, actually, or at least trying to get it set
Patrick
up.
making big promises.
I
Patrick thinking tomorrow's gonna come.
yeah. Regardless, like if anything else, like you can message us and we'll like get your address and like actually ship it to you or whatever and coordinate with that. Either way
Ship
though, we will have it up. Like I'm saying tomorrow, like probably by the end of the weekend, hopefully, because that is now a big boy priority. But either way,
Hell yeah, man. So if you're looking for a band on the rise, you should check out Funeral Singer's debut EP, Oratorio, which dropped back in June. You guys are on Facebook, Bandcamp, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all streaming services. Any social plugs that I'm missing there?
what is it? Check out. Oh, plugs for us is Funeral Singer KC Mo on pretty much everything. Outside of that, hit up Alex McLaren or whatever. He runs Oni Studios. He's going to do our music video. Ben Turkovich at Covenant Studios, and
Pretty sure it's Turkovic.
Yeah,
We're
Fake
working on it.
friends. Fake
It's
friends.
Turkovich now.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. No, and Casey Steinmiller.
Yeah.
So Casey Steinmiller helped us with our
Oh,
promotion.
my cat. Hold on.
Oh God. Okay. Casey Steinmiller helped us with our promotion, but he also does a lot of our pictures and a lot of like some of our video stuff. He did our visualizers. But he is like an amazing like live photographer. He just got done going on tour with Bayside doing pictures for them. And he's a local KC dude, but he's willing, like he travels and stuff, and like I don't know, he's been awesome. So
Oh, yeah.
and Adam Loki, check out Pickwick Commons. They did a cover of WAP that you have to hear. It is the most
I forgot they did that. Yeah.
yeah, it is the most Midwest thing I've ever seen. It's Caveman Mathcore.
Yeah.
So if you like Mathcore riffs and Caveman riffs, like check them
I feel
out.
like cavemen.
Yeah, if you like Caveman.
Cave math.
Cave math, that too.
I love how the cats are joining us here for the end.
Very important.
I don't have one in my room. I'd
We
grab
do
one.
have to bring up that I think someone mentioned that there is also another funeral singer from Missouri.
Oh yeah.
that's not
Oh
us.
yeah,
We are the better one.
Oh, there's
That's-
another one.
that's-
I didn't.
they're
I,
from St. Louis.
I saw
Yeah.
one that
Yeah.
was like a pop band or something like that, but it was like the Funeral Singers. Like,
Oh
multiple-
yeah, no, there's
Oh,
one
no.
from
Th-
St.
but
Louis.
yeah, they're like 2 hours away from us, and I don't know, man. We're cooler.
You should kick their ass.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fist fight.
We're gonna try to
Somebody
set up a
actually
show.
messaged them for like tickets to one of our shows or something like that, thinking they were us, and they go, "Show our vocalist lives in London" or something like that.
Yeah, and well, I mean, obviously they've also been mostly inactive for the
Yeah, they're like a studio
2
band. and-
years that we've been active. So,
Yeah, and we started first, so
Yep. We had the
Fight in a Walmart parking lot.
yeah.
Yeah, but it isn't trademarked.
Oh yeah. Well, that too.
Not yet.
Now fucking what
Yeah,
was their
okay.
name? Now inevitably June's gonna fucking trademark our band.
So as for me, find me on, or you can drop my channel, follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming services, as well as get some exclusive emotes. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube, folks, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, turn on the notification bell, don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound That Ends Creation, at thesoundthatenscreation.bandcamp.com. Pre-orders for my new album, Boomers, Zoomers, Desperate Coomers, are up now. My next guest is Wilziux. Join us this Sunday, the 17th at 7 p.m. Central for the live cast. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope you had a good time.
Bye.
Yeah,
This is like
absolutely.
awesome.
Hell yeah. And thank you guys for watching and listening.